I'm Mr. Lover Lover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Call me fantastic, touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Smooth.
Wagwan people, it is I, Sour, and I bring you an OU match since I don't think anyone actually knows, or I don't think most of my subscribers know, I am actually a standard player. I play OU it's my favourite tier, so I know I've been posting quite a lot of U and IU matches, but this is my home ground. Sorry to disappoint, but you know, well. So this was during a time where I was a bit interested in making a Hail team. I'm using Delco's semi-stall Hell team from the Smoking Forum, so all credit goes to him, but I switched out Fortress for Skarmory. So look at the teams, I'm pretty sure he's going to deal with Fortress. Magnezone is going to be a bit of a problem to deal with because of Skarmory. The Infernape I can work around because Skarm, Bliss, Lati combo and Jellicent. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. And of course, how could I forget that this is against my good friends MultiHGW, or MultiHGW, sorry. If I was going to leave with Fortress, as I thought, I'm just going to start off with a Bomb Snow just to get the Hail up. So I'm going to switch out into my Blissey, my Night Nurse. Yes, it's Blissey. Go over it, people. It's not that good. If you don't have a fighting type, then you kind of suck at the game. Well, I just piss a lot of people off, but you know, well. So I'm going to lay up my own rocks as you get up his, which is kind of misplay. I should have probably went for the Flamethrower on the first turn, but I'm testing this team out, so I could one day create my own Hell team as he gets a level spike. So now he's going to get 2 levels of spikes up, unfortunately, as I go for the Flamethrower. This is a great setup for Blissey. Oh my god, I'm not going to tell you the EVs, you can look up for yourself if you're that bothered. But since Stall isn't exactly viable this generation, but Semi-Stall is really good. Oh my god, this Blissey set is just brilliant. Enough speed EVs to outspeed a Sizzle, which is excellent. But in comes the Breloom. I'm going to leave it in just to be sleep fodder, as I'm worried that it's going to be these sub punching sets, but Glasgow will be able to take care of that easily. So here I'm going to switch out into Lati Ass just for him to bait him to go for the Spore as soon as he subs, but he goes for the SD, so that tells you he's not substituting, which is very helpful for me. Now here we both actually make a very bad misplay. I stay in thinking that a Dragon Pulse would kill even though I don't have any special attack EVs, and he doesn't go for the Spore, so unfortunately for him, I'm the one who's going to come out of this exchange very nicely, as his Breloom is at very low health and I've still got Latias still awake. Multi is going to now switch out his Breloom just to try and save it for later, since it could annoy me later on, as I'm just going to go for the Dragon Pulse, not one to predict the switch or anything, since there's no reason for me to predict at that moment in time, as I was in a pretty decent position. He's going to switch into Magnezone, Steel type, Resist Dragon, blah blah blah, as you already know. So I'm just going to recover off, get some of my HP back, as he's going to go for substitute, thinking that he can wall me, but so I see that he's a sub charge beam set, which is fine since I'm free to Calm Mind all over his face pretty much, and I'm going to start putting some pressure on him so he can't stay in, and he's also going to just lost a quarter of his health for no particular reason, as he's forced to switch out, since if I get too many Calm Minds I'm pretty much free to sweep the rest of his team quite nicely actually. So in comes the Infernape. I'm guessing he's just going to sack it, since Infernape can't really do much, as I do outspeed, since I'm not throwing Choice Scarfest because Hail reveals that I do outspeed, which is pretty good Scout initiative for all those who are getting into the game. If there's a weather up and you get hit first by it, then you're faster. So here comes Sizzle. I do not want to take a bug move, since Latios will be very helpful later on in the match, so I'm just going to sack my Skarmory, since I know he's going to switch out into the Magnezone, which is fine since I'm not really too bothered about that, as my Skarmory is the most expendable thing on my team at this moment in time, since all we have for physical threats is the Breloom, which will be easily dealt by the rest of my team, and also the Sizzle, which will be dealt by my, well, you'll see. Either way, he goes for the charge beam, doesn't even kill because it's got a very low base power. Although it is stab, so Magnezone, you suck. Which actually, I've now changed this to a shelling Skarmory. Well, that depends if it's on a Hail team. So the Shed Shell is much better on Skarmory this generation now, as because of the recent drag and mag combo that's going on. So now again, I'm going to put him under a lot of pressure by bringing Latias, pressing with the Calm Mind sets. As if again, as I've already stated before, if I get too many Calm Minds, I'm free to sweep the rest of his team, as he's just going to sack his Breeding right now. So it's looking not too good for Multi right now, as I'm going to switch out since again I still need this Latias for the rest of his team. As I go into my Jellicent, but he goes for the Roost, which is quite interesting moveset actually, since U-turn on Roost and Bullet Punch. So maybe SD would be his last move, but then that'll be pretty weird since you'll lose the boosts. But fair enough, each their own. And a classic MultiHGW, he gets a freaking crit, so hacks me out. But I get my own hacks right about now as I miss, which is brilliant. But it doesn't matter in the long run since I can always come back from this. I always do, don't I? Well, I try to anyway. Anyway, I get my own hack, so in your frickin' face you start missing your charge beams. I think it has 90% accuracy, I believe. I don't use the charge beam set, so I don't know, since I find it easy to counter. Either way, he's going to go for a charge beam again, but this time he hits, but it doesn't get the special attack raise, as I finally get the Will-O-Wisp off, which should have been done 2 turns ago. And now I'm free to stall him out with a combination of hail and burn damage. So I'm looking pretty decent right now actually. So I'm just going to recover off, as he's going to miss another charge beam, so I'm hacking the self-proclaimed Hax God, which is quite nice actually. Either way, I'm seeing as he hasn't used HP Ice at all when my Latias was in, and seeing as he switched out in the first place, I'm going to switch into my Glasgow, just deactivate my Poison Heal and to be immune to the freaking electric move. So now he's going to switch out into his Calgon. Washing machines live longer with Calgon. Okay, you know what, sorry. Never mind that, forget it, it's a British thing. As I'm going to predict the trick, as the only thing I want tricked is my Blissey, and I'm going to use this to my advantage, as you'll see in the next few seconds actually. So because I'm tricked, he's expecting me to switch out since I can't do anything, and seeing as he has the Sizzle with probably the Soul Stance, I'm going to predict him to go for the Volt Switch, predicting my switch, and I'm going to hit him with a 4x super effective Flamethrower. Even if I wasn't tricked, I would have outspeed, as I do have enough UDVs to outspeed every single Sizzle. And that's pretty much GG, as if this, whatever moveset this Rotom has, I can wall. If it has HP Fire, the Latias walls it. If it has HP Ice or Will-O-Wisp, I can bring a Bomb Snow, which I do now, and just go for a Giga Drain. But it turns out he has Shadow Ball, which is kind of strange, but I think he told me that he hadn't changed it from Gen 4 yet, so it's a good game, MultiHGW. His link will be down below. Please check him out, he's a very good friend of mine and a very good battler. He uploads daily, I mean, come on, who does that? That's just crazy. But anyway, I say 3-0 I think to me, but you know, score doesn't matter for me, it depends on the predictions of the game. Either way, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the other side.